Hi. My Whirlpool washer smells like burning. Burning motor, not rubber. Top-load Whirlpool LBR4132pqo I recently started using the delicate cycle. Haven't used that cycle in the previous 10 years. Some forums say new motor, some forums say new clutch assembly and new direct drive motor coupling. What do you say?
Hi, welcome to Just Answer. My name is I look forward to helping you. Please know that I am not compensated for my time by the site until you rate using the stars at the top of your page. A rating is appreciated once we get to the solution for your appliance issue. Thanks. Is the motor running when the odor appears or just humming? Does it produce the odor in all cycles now?
The motor is running. All cycles.
Thank you. Does it sound labored or shut off during the cycle or just smell as it runs and completes the cycles?
It just smells when it runs. It sounds fine, it sounds normal. It does not shut off.
It is probably not the motor you are smelling but the pump. The drain pump on this model is mounted directly to the motor. There is a rubber impeller in the pump that is common to rub on the pump housing, creating an odor and eventually rubbing a hole through the pump. The video below will show you how to access the pump for inspection and replacement. Let me know what you find. Click here.
Watch the video. Doesn't look hard to replace. 2 more questions. 1. You're pretty sure it's the pump, not the motor coupling. It's not leaking, and I cross-checked it against symptoms on the following site: http:/www.partselect.com/models/LBR4132pqo #symptoms 2. Does the pump run all the time, or only when it's discharging water? In other words, with a bad pump, will the machine produce the smell all the time or only when it's draining? My confusion is when you said rubber impeller in the pump that is common to rub on the pump housing, creating an odor. Why I'm asking is I contacted you when the machine was still in the wash part and hadn't drained yet, but it smelled. It was the second load I ran, started immediately after the first. I noticed a smell, which I noticed last week, stopped the machine, and contacted you. After watching the video, I started the machine, still only agitation, but the smell had dissipated. The burning smell occurred not during the rest of the wash, but as soon as it started to drain.
The pump turns in both directions, one way while washing and the other while draining. It is always turning anytime the motor is. Am I sure it is the pump? Replace the entire wiring harness. I am not sure. However, it is more logically the pump because the only way the motor is going to smell is if it gets very hot. There is a thermal protector that opens if the motor gets hot, so it would shut down prematurely if that was the case. In 35 years of service, I have not seen a coupling burn or wear in a way that creates an odor. I would recommend the coupling be replaced anyway, though. It is probably worn but not the reason for the odor.
Okay, I'll order a new direct drive water pump. What's the coupling? I attached a schematic.
The video below shows how to access the coupling for inspection and replacement. If necessary, click here.
Aha! It's that direct drive motor coupling thingy. That looks like something I can replace, too. I'll go ahead and order that in the direct drive, just those 2 parts. That's it. I mean the coupling and the pump, sorry.
That is what I would recommend, yes. They are the two most common to fail parts.
This is the first time I've used JustAnswer. I'm supposed to rate you after I put the parts on and test them out, right?
When you rate is up to you. You may post back at any time, whether you rate now or later. Just please remember to rate at some point or I receive nothing for my work.
Oh, okay. The parts should be here Wednesday. My son will come by sometime after work, Thursday or Friday, to check my installation and make sure I don't burn the house down. I can just log back in and find this conversation then.
Yes, that will be fine. Thank you.
Kelly, those parts didn't fix it. This assembly fried up after my son put the parts on and turned it on. Now it doesn't run at all. Should we put the old parts back on and try to return them? Should we replace whatever this is? Oh, this is on the top left of our model top-load Whirlpool LBR4132pqo I. 34. This assembly means the JPG attached. I have to step away from the computer. Family is hungry. I will check back later for your response. Thanks in advance.
That is the lid switch. Odd that it worked at all. The lid switch is below. I would return the pump but leave the coupling on. Click here.
Kelly, are there any other items we should inspect before we order this lid switch? If not, then is this failed lid switch the probable cause of the smells like burning motor issue?
I don't think so, just that obviously faulty lid switch. The wiring harness looks to have issues, too. Do the wiring terminals look burnt inside the plastic plug?
They are fried. Part of it broke or burnt off. JPEG attached.
Well, you have two choices. Replace the entire wiring harness. Bypass the lid switch completely, knowing it will then spin with the lid up.
It has been running lid up, filling, washing, rinsing, splashing the room with water if the kids forget to put down the lid, for years. It never bothered me, sorry I didn't mention it. That's the only unusual thing it does. Are we already bypassing the lid switch?
No, the switch was probably welded together then internally. You would need to cut the gray and brown wires and just wire them together and tape it well to bypass the lid switch.
Okay, so if we do that, the washer will run okay. My handy son is here visiting today, he can do that. He's going to go do that.
That should make it go.
Wow, it seems to be working. Attached was the old pump.
Oh, that was the smell then, nice work. Sounds like you are all good to go, nice work.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.